Perfect. Perfect. Perfect.
What is going on, everybody? How are you guys doing, man? Back again with another version of Sixers post-game live, baby. The Philadelphia 76ers fall to the Phoenix Suns by a final score of 130 to 117. Here in their sixth game in the bubble, we now drop to 3-3 in the bubble. We now drop to 42 and 29 overall on the season, and we remain at sixth in the Eastern Conference. And if you want to count this as a home game, I mean, this is the first home game that we've lost in quite some time, but I know it's not the same thing. What's going on, everybody? Let me know your instant thoughts and reactions to this game in the comments section. 30 people up in here already. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe if you're new. Leave a comment, man. What's going on, everybody? The Sixers fall to the Phoenix Suns, who are red hot and now 7-0 inside the bubble. And obviously, as we talked about earlier, coming into this game, there were not a lot of expectations. All of the starters, with the exception of Shake Milton, sat today because of injuries or rest. So we were not expecting a lot out of this team, but I did see a lot of good, especially from these backups, these reserves, guys who probably won't get a lot of minutes in the playoffs. But definitely some guys stepped up that I'm pretty sure we did not expect to step up. Alec Burks and Raul Neto lead the way for the Sixers offense. Mike Scott came out of the gate right away, had like 15 points, I think, at halftime. And Brett did not play him in the second half, which kind of signals to me maybe Brett Brown is viewing Mike Scott as a potential playoff rotation piece. I mean, what we have seen the last two games out of Mike Scott has been sensational. Like, the guy has showed that he is able to play basketball, but can he continue that? Can he keep it up? Alec Burks, once again, was able to really find his spots a lot because there were not guys who were setting major screens for Alec Burks, but overall, he did what he could, and he still put up, 22 points, 23 points. 23 points, 4 assists, and 2 rebounds, and a steal for Alec Burks. 28 minutes. As I mentioned, Raul Neto off the bench. Raul Neto plays 25 minutes, 9 for 18 from the field, 22 points, 2 rebounds, and 4 assists. He had a couple and ones in there. I think he had an and 1 3. He had an and 1 from mid-range. I was like, what is going on? Raul Neto is getting buckets. But overall, throughout this game, the Sixers backups made this an interesting game. Do you know why? It's because they played hard. As we said earlier, when you play hard, good things happen. Good things happen. These guys, this is all I wanted to say. I didn't want to get blown out by 20, 30 points today as we're going up against one of the hottest teams with all of their starters. Devin Booker finishes with 35 points. Got a lot of those towards the end. He was actually pretty cold. I saw Brett Brown actually throwing some different things at Devin Booker, some double teams, etc. Just putting him in hard situations, relying on others to shoot. But the problem was that Mikal Bridges, a guy who I still am angry that the Sixers have traded away for Zaire Smith, was knocking down shots. Ricky Rubio was knocking down shots. Bridges had 24 points. Ricky Rubio had 16 points. Dario Saric, trust the process, baby. Dario Saric, 18 points, 7 for 9 from the field, 9 rebounds, 4 assists. I mean, every guy that leaves Philly looks like a solid player wherever they go. It was crazy, man. But overall, I cannot be mad at the Sixers in this one, obviously. A lack of depth, no starters playing except for Shake Milton. Now, Shake Milton shot 4 for 12 tonight, 8 points. My instant reaction was Shake Milton. Well, I'm as I said last game, I was this close to having Alec Burks put into my starting lineup, and I'm almost there, man. Like, it's not that Shake Milton can't shoot. It's not that he can't play, but he's just not confident enough. He came out and he shot the ball 6 times in the first 5-6 minutes of the game. And I was like, finally, Shake Milton, the aggressive Shake Milton that we've been waiting for. He only shot the ball 4 times the rest of the game, I think, until near the end of the fourth quarter, and then a couple garbage time shots. But finishes 4 for 12, 8 points, 7 assists though, 2 rebounds. I mean, not bad, but we need more out of our starting point guard, Kyle O'Quinn. How about Kyle O'Quinn? Let's give him a round of applause. Him, Neto, Burks, Kyle O'Quinn played 32 minutes in this game. The guy must be in crazy shape. He must condition. Kyle O'Quinn had 9 points, 10 rebounds, and 11 assists, a career high 11 assists for Kyle O'Quinn. I mean, the dude was involved there, and he didn't look half bad for not really playing at all. I mean, I got to give it up to Kyle O'Quinn. As I mentioned, Mike Scott only played 22 minutes in his game, 7 for 12 from the field, 3 for 4 from deep, 17 points and 4 rebounds, and assists and a steal. I mean, Mike Scott played absolutely great. If this is the consistent Mike Scott that we can get, the one that we got the last 2 games, I mean, he can be a valuable playoff rotation piece. But the question is, can he continue to do that? Overall, back and forth game. The Suns pulled away later on as D-Book started to find his spots a little better, started to avoid the traps and a lot of the pressure. And overall, the Suns just beat us because they had more talent. But the Sixers, I got to give them a round of applause. Brett did not coach bad today, and the guys played hard and hustled. If we had some starters in this game, we probably win the game. But the Sixers lose 130 to 117. Now still sitting at 6th in the Eastern Conference. What is going on, everybody? Let's see who's up in the chat, man. Oscar Lou says, D-Book got that Jenner Kardashian curse. No wonder why he did not drop 70. Yeah, he had a lot of pressure thrown at him. Impressive game from Scott, but Brett stopped playing him when he was hot. Yeah, I mean, he really was amazing in the first half. I mean, Mike Scott was getting it. He was going and getting it. This team, there were no really lazy passes. Yeah, there's mistakes. These guys are young, but they continued to play hard and they believed in each other. And there was just a lot of chemistry, really a lot of chemistry that I don't even see on a normal night with some of the starters in. So it was pretty interesting. But yeah, I honestly think he rested Mike Scott because I don't know. He might be viewing him as a playoff piece, to be honest. Let's see. I predicted 134 to 109. I predicted 123 to 102. So a little bit off there. BLSG, what's going on? Newest channel member says not a bad game from the backups, but we need to play better on defense. I agree. Our defense is everything. That's really what it's going to come down to, man. Richie P, what's going on? Let's go back. Give me a rundown on what happened. Did not get the chance to watch the game. Did we at least show hustle and hard work? We hustled, man. We hustled. I liked it. Let's Go Bird says, well, that's a neutral thumbnail. And that's exactly my mood right now because I can't be, happy about this. I can't be mad. I'm just in between, for what we had, we did what we could. You know what I mean? There's not a lot to talk about with this game. There's really not. I mean, the Sixers shot 45% from the field at halftime. We were shooting 41% from behind the arc, which if you tell me our starting lineup, right, who was it? It was Matisse, Shake, Burks, Mike Scott, and O'Quinn. I mean, you give me that lineup and tell me that the Sixers are shooting 45% from the field at halftime and 41% from behind the arc. I can't be mad at it. The Sixers finished shooting 45.5% from behind the arc. We finished shooting over 45% from behind the arc, almost 50% from the field. And the Suns shot 55% from the field. And 43% from behind the arc. And the hustle stats, they weren't too far off. The one problem I do have still with the Sixers, and we have mentioned this the last 3 games, we're shooting 71% tonight from the free throw line. That can't happen in big games. Our guys got to knock down those shots and get those free points. You know what I mean? Last game, it was like 75, 76. The game before was like 77. We got to hit our free throws. The Suns shot 95% from behind the line. So, look, man, the Sixers, they didn't play bad. Similar assists, steals, blocks. We got out-rebounded, but that's expected, right? I mean, look who the Suns had on the floor. Look who we had on the floor. Let's see. Sixers are 3-3. Yeah. No way to feel about our biggest stars were out. Shake didn't step up, and that's why we got blown out. Rob Smith says backups played great. Glad they made the Suns work. I mean, this was one of the hottest teams, and these guys came out here, and they made them work for the money. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think D-Book wanted to play the whole fourth quarter, but he had to because of the Sixers playing hard. Let's see. BLSG, can I be in a live stream? Hey, we're going to get you up on a live stream soon, my guy. We're going to get you on with the other channel members. Shout out to all the new channel members. Appreciate you guys for showing love and support to the channel. Shout out to BLSG. Check out his channel as well. Tyler says Sixers are 4-3, but I've played like 0-7. Luckily, they've had an easy schedule. Raul Neto had like 20-something points, but I still don't want him on the floor. And actually, I will say, guys, I got a bunch of notes here, but like overall, I mean, what I have already said, it is what it is. But the one thing that scares me is Brett Brown. And I'm telling you guys, Raul Neto played how many minutes tonight? 22? 25 minutes for Raul Neto. I mean, he was making some miraculous plays. I got to give it to him. But Raul Neto, I mean, if based on this performance, I could even see Brett saying like, yo, watch the Philadelphia 76ers and Raul Neto play in the playoffs. Like, watch Raul Neto start to get more minutes. It'd be crazy. Shout out to Kara Poole. Appreciate her being up in the chat as always. Let me go ahead and give her the DJ air horn because Kara Poole is now a member of the Fire Take Squad. Shout out to all the members. Appreciate you guys. Got a lot of cool content coming your way. Shout out Kara Poole. Hold up. Let's get the air horn going. Yes, sir. Shout out Kara Poole, newest member of the Fire Take Squad. Shout out to the members. Shout out to the members. Let's see. Let's see. Neto can have 80 points, and I still don't want him on the floor. I mean, I do not want him on the floor, but I'm actually very nervous now that Raul Neto is going to see more minutes. I mean, Matisse Thybulle played well in this game on the defensive side of the ball. He was actually hitting his shots. He shot 3 for 4. Let me tell you guys one thing. I usually have not come on here and complained about the refs. The refs were atrocious. They were terrible, and Matisse got in foul trouble. It was sad to see. It was very sad to see. To be honest, Matisse Thybulle went and guarded Devin Booker from mid-range, and Devin Booker came down and blatantly elbowed him in the back of the head. And Matisse Thybulle got called for the foul. There was another foul. He was just talking to the ref, and he gets a T. Come on now. I mean, the refs were absolutely atrocious. I mean, terrible. Terrible. Connor Murphy, what's going on, bro? Appreciate you being in here. Sports Ting says Neto with a laughy face. Barn 5 channel member up in the chat, man, says, I like how we played. I like it. I like it. MVP Neto. They're calling for MVP Neto. They were disgraceful to this man earlier on today, but we're calling for MVP Neto. I see. Let's see. Big Play Slay. What's going on? Jungle beats as the Suns are but we should have got blown out. Yeah, I mean, we played good for what we had. I think we played okay for what. It's crazy that I saw these guys hustling more than I see some of the starters hustle. I just don't understand, man. I don't understand. Julian, Raul Neto for MVP. Bring the MVP chance out, baby. This is the best performance Raul Neto will probably ever have in his NBA career. I mean, Raul Neto was a bucket getter today. He was going out and he was getting it. But Brett, please don't play this man again. Please don't be duped. Alec Burks on fire as usual. I mean, we've just been saying the same thing. Alec Burks, like I said, 23 points, 9 for 17 from the field. He just knows like the game. He just knows what he's doing, whether he's a veteran, has experience or whatever. He just understands the offense and he just simplifies it. It's so easy for Alec Burks. Even tonight, I saw him have to play a little more ISO ball because he had Norvell Pell, who got a couple buckets. Kyle O'Quinn, those guys don't set big bodies like Joel Embiid do, and sometimes Al Horford. Alec Burks had to fend for himself, and he still had a good game, man. I loved it. Burks almost got 30 minutes. Thybulle pretty much got 30 minutes. Shake Milton, 30 minutes. I mean, we got to play these young guys and see what they're doing. Glenn Robinson, the third, by the way, 15 points, 7 rebounds. He's getting that rust off. I liked how Glenn Robinson, the third, played it. And more importantly, like I said, he hustles, baby. He hustles. I love it. I love it. Wasn't really surprised Neto was our best player. That's the first and last time I'll ever say that. Think about that, man. Think about that. Oscar says, didn't know why they didn't start Glenn Robinson the third. I don't know, man, but he's going to have to play significant minutes in the playoffs. Attack says we just couldn't get stops. We would have had the dub if we did. Yeah, I mean, we probably would have beat this red-hot team. So, I mean, I can't be mad. Without Joel Embiid, without Ben Simmons, without Tobias, without Al Horford. I mean, just for us to play up to par, I'm glad we didn't get blown out, you know? Wilfredo says, for me, that was a great game for us only playing reserves. Shake, who didn't step up. Alec, Jared 3, and Mike Scott were mad good and still don't want Neto on the floor, man. Kyle was a point away from a trip dub. Mike Scott showing me something. Great game, showed us we got depth. Scott showed us last playoffs he's clutch and can step up. Burks is what we need off the bench. Pick and roll piece with Al Horford. I like it. All good points right there. And honestly, like, I'm very close to saying Alec Burks should be starting on this rotation. I really think he should. Like I said before, guys, like, it's nothing personal with Shake. He's just too young, and he needs time to adapt to the playoff environment. Like, it's only going to get harder from here on out. So honestly, I mean, Shake, I think there will be less focus on him as well coming off the second unit. But Alec Burks is stepping up. And honestly, we talked about who's going to be our most consistent guy, who's going to be that shooter that can put up a couple threes a night. It's Alec Burks. It is Alec Burks. We've all known about him for how long now, but it's finally taken Brett to understand, like, this guy's got to play. Mavs are going to rest their guys. Suns are beating them, and we'll play Blazers for an ace seed. Can't wait to see Brett start Neto in the playoffs. Please, he cannot play past the next couple games, man. Matisse got very bad foul trouble in the beginning. Yes, he did. The refs sucked, though. The refs were bad. Suns flop all game to get fouls. Julian says, even though he got into foul trouble, Matisse is a stud. He really is. He made some nice plays tonight and actually hit some shots. Suns are trash, should have gotten blown out. They let Raul drop 22 on him. I mean, this dude was on something else today. 4 of Matisse's fouls, he got hit in the face. The refs suck. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. Let's see. What's going on? Sneak Hill says, Burks, good bench piece, can provide offense when Joe sits. Also, Burks not that great on D, but I think Shake is a bit better. I don't know. I mean, Alec Burks isn't too bad on D. He just understands the game. You know what I mean? Jersey boy, what's going on, bro? Appreciate you being up in here, my guy. Applause for Kyle. Yeah, I mean, Kyle O'Quinn is really that vet. Like, I never hated Kyle O'Quinn. Do I think he should be getting more than 10 minutes a game regularly? No. But, like, he just stays ready. Like, I got to give it to him. 30 minutes tonight. I saw Jamal Murray the other night play 30 minutes after coming back, and he was huffing and puffing. Kyle O'Quinn was ready for the occasion, man. Let's see. At one point, Neto was guarding D-Book. And, yo, I saw that play, and I literally pointed it out. I'm like, why is Raul Neto on Devin Booker? Literally, any play where a guy took Raul Neto to the rack, he beat him. I mean, Neto's way too small. It's not his fault. He's just too little, man. And that's just the problem. He's a liability. He's a heavy liability. Joshua Graves, what's going on, bro? Channel member up in the chat says, wasn't expecting a win tonight with the lineup how it is, but I'm happy with how we played it. And I agree 100%. That's exactly how I feel. James Studley says, I can't believe these trade rumors. Simmons is untouchable. He's no doubt about it untouchable. I mean, it's just a bunch of crap, bro. It's a bunch of crap. Nadir says Furk was terrible. He was bad. And like I said, Furk's either on completely or just off, like abysmal. And Furk was bad. He played 32 minutes and shot 3 for 11 from the field. 3 for 7 from behind the arc. 12 points. Finished on -16. I mean, Furk was just bad. Furk was bad. But again, I saw plays where they're trying to use this guy like he's JJ Redick. And he's not JJ Redick. Like, he's not a dribble handoff guy. He's a catch and shoot. Let's see. Tristan Tillman, what's going on? Kara Poole, sorry can't join the channel. I will soon. It's all good, my guy. Appreciate the support. Trade Korkmaz. Honestly, no one cares about the game. We don't want to hurt superstars. I mean, I guess, yeah, like we're content with the 6th seed. So at this point, it just is what it is. But yeah, I mean, we're kind of thin as it is already. Freddie says we were equal to the Suns all game without any of the starters, but Milton shows they are trash, and we played pretty good. I thought we played pretty good for not having anything in the artillery, you know. Sixers high key not trying to win this game, have a better chance to beat Raps and Celtics and want Ben back for the Bucks. Yeah, man. Ben Glasspool, what's going on? It says, proud of the guys. Prime example of how hard work will beat talent if talent does not work hard. That's a great quote right there. It says, even if we lost, starters could learn from their togetherness and hard work. I agree 100%. I agree 100%. There's no reason why these guys come out and have almost 30 points in the first quarter. I mean, they looked like they were connecting, and they played much better coming right out of the gate, playing hard. Mike Scott going to work. Just guys like that. Like, they were just aggressive and just like I always say, guys, like when you play hard, good things come, and I agree. Steven Edwards was going on. Suns are now 7-0. They're hot. They're playing for that last play-in game, you know? Tyro Martinez was going on. Are you confident in the Sixers right now? Confident in what way? Like, I need to see if Joel Embiid comes back and how he is and out. Like, all these guys were out today. So am I confident right now? I thought we played a good game today, given what we had. But going forward, we're going to need to stay healthy, and we're going to need to do what we have to do against some of these better teams and against some of these better systems. I like when Burks and Shake were in at the same time. I agree with that. I thought the rotations were okay today, except not playing Mike Scott in the second half, really. But I just think he was trying to preserve him. But I would still rather take GR3 over Mike Scott. I still would. Because Mike Scott can go cold on a dime, you know, and then he's nothing. Is Horford and Zaire enough for Healed? Reckon throw in some picks if we have to. I mean, look, man, those all game, man, all game. I'm watching Mikal Bridges and just Mark Zuma. Mikal Bridges. This dude was literally heating up. He finished 8 for 10 from the field, 3 for 5 from behind the arc. Imagine if the Sixers had a piece like Mikal Bridges. Doesn't that sound familiar? We traded Mikal Bridges to get Zaire Smith. And Zaire Smith is literally irrelevant right now. And Mikal Bridges is becoming a nice wing. I knew it was going to happen. I mean, I watched the guy every game in college. I still don't get it, man, but we would definitely have to throw in some picks there. The Kings' old coach, Dave Yeager. Norvell Pell should never see the court again unless it's garbage time. Norvell just is not a polished basketball player. He's just very athletic. But someone's got to teach the guy some basketball. But, hey, man, I like how he hustles. By the stats, other than the points you'd think we'd won, yeah, I mean, we did not play too bad, man. These next couple games are really just going to be like this. Like, how do these reserves play? Who's fighting for the last rotation spots and minutes? I mean, there's not much else to say about this game. You know what I mean? Like, the Suns stepped up. There was something like Cam Johnson, even Frank Kaminsky hit a couple shots on the Sixers. Like, remember how I said last game how there's always that one guy that just steps up and they're just a bum. Like, but they just do good against the Sixers. Like, there's always one guy. And tonight that was really Frank Kaminsky. Julian says we lost to an undefeated team with both of our superstars out and our stars resting guys. We should not be upset. I agree. Chris Anderson, 11. I'm a Lakers fan. Nah, I definitely remember you from the other day. You had a Magic picture and you were talking smack. Yeah, get this guy up on out of here. A little fraud, a little phony. Look, you got a Brooklyn Nets thing and he says I'm a Lakers fan. Big weird. Devin Booker is just too good. He's way too good. I mean, I'm just watching D-Book go out there and work, and the dude's playing a lot of minutes. Like, he just does not get tired, and I'm just like, dang, man, I wish the Sixers had D-Book. Imagine D-Book alongside Ben and Joe. Imagine. RB's trash in Madden and NBA 2K. Absolutely not. I will smoke anyone on the sticks. Jersey Boy says Scott can be a solid bench player in the playoffs. Just glad the backups played hard. Brett needs to figure out a bench rotation, 8 or 9 man. Thoughts? I feel like he's really is going to go with 9 men. I still think it should be 10. Because I think all the bench guys that are useful to this team give something a little bit different that we need. Like, yeah, Furkan Korkmaz, do you keep him off or do you keep him on? And you know, one game he can come out and heat up and go for 28, and the next game, like tonight, he goes 3 for 11 from the field. You know what I mean? But then again, we need extra shooting. We need that surplus of shooting. So do you keep Furk? And if he's off, do you take him off right away? Do you just not bring him to the playoffs? Like, it's a good question. I would go with 10, but I think he'll go with 9. After tonight, Brett is going to give Neto some more minutes. He's absolute, like the next couple games without our starters. I'm pretty sure our starters aren't going to play, honestly, into the playoffs. I think they might come back and just play like the first quarter or a couple minutes, but Raul Neto is just going to play more and more. And I hope he doesn't impress Brett too much to where he says like, yeah, let's bring this guy in for a playoffs. Born 5 says, Kara, welcome to the club. Kara, once again, welcome to Fire Take Nation, baby. All my channel members. We got 5 channel members so far. Give me them emojis up in the chat. I like it. Thanks. Sorry, didn't realize when you got it up. All good, Kara. Appreciate the support. Hope everything is good. Raul Neto must be balling in practices. And my question is, what are they doing in practice? Like, I don't know what they do. I mean, guarding the screens tonight, we were a little bit better. I mean, we actually had the speed to switch up and kind of stuff the screens. We were at least playing hard for what we had. We were throwing double teams, like I said, at Book, but still our rotations got to be a little bit better. We got to shift over, especially, when they leave a guy like Michael in the corner and we go to double team. We got to get back. We got to rotate, man. Like, little bit hard, but let's go versus hit the like button. Hey, we got 52 people up in the chat. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you are new to the channel. Join the Fire Take Nation, man. Shout out to everyone up in here, man. 52 people up in the chat. Sneak Hill says, I thought Brett coached well tonight. Took us down to the wire with our backups. Pulled Burks at the end. Even so he wouldn't get hurt. I don't think Neto is in the rotation. I don't think he is, but somehow, some way, like I'm just hoping not. Matisse plays such high energy on defense. I love it. I absolutely love Matisse. He's just such a good project. And like I said, when he puts the ball on the floor, eventually he's going to be very, very hard to stop. But Matisse Thybulle, the only bone I have to pick with him is stop being so damn aggressive every possession. You know what I mean? It's not always his fault. It's not entirely his fault. But these refs, they see a rookie and then they see a superstar. And who's going to get the call every time? It's the superstar. It's Devin Booker. So Matisse Thybulle, I understand you are that good, but you cannot reach 4-5 times in a row. They're honestly going to call a foul on you. Now, the one, like I said, where Book came down and elbowed him in the face, there's nothing you can do about that. I thought Brett would have been out there on the court, face turning red, clipboard on the floor. Like, that's what I would have done. Like, Matisse got a tee. I mean, this is the first time I've seen him barking at the ref like that. I mean, it's ridiculous, bro. Ridiculous. If our starters emphasize Joel, play as hard as these guys, we can do damage. That's the thing. That's the key. Coming out and bringing energy. With this kind of energy that we see, this team can be good. Tyrone says y'all still would have lost. I don't know what you're talking about, my guy. Matisse is a dog on a defensive end, future defensive player of the year. No doubt in my mind, man. Kyle O'Quinn played great too. Sorry, Howell might be so much better with a different coach. He showed a lot of potential. Don't be fooled by this, my guy. They were barely guarding Raul Neto. I mean, he had a couple nice crossovers, but I don't think this is an every night type of thing. Burks usually is that guard who's having a career night against us in the pick and roll. Exactly. Every single night there's a guard, a 1 or 2 guard that comes out and has a career night on us because we continually let them have open space and get to their space, get to their spots on the floor. Delaware now. What is going on, man? How you doing? Tyrone Martinez, how far do you think Sixers can go? I'll save that for a few days after these couple games until we hear how healthy these guys are. We got to hear, is Joel Embiid going to be ready for game 1 of the playoffs? Al Horford, Tobias, are they okay? You know what I mean? We got to wait to hear some updates. Bryant Lynn says Kyle O'Quinn nearly had a triple-double. Literally almost had a triple-double. Honestly, in the first half, he had like 8, 7, and 8. And I'm like, holy crap. Like, I was very impressed with Kyle O'Quinn. I think Shake would benefit from coming off the bench. I do too. I don't think he's ready to be a playoff starter because he kind of just fades off. Like, he's not that guy to say, like, let me go out and shoot 10 times a night. In the first half, like, let me go get it. He doesn't have that yet. He might, but he doesn't have it yet. Alec Burks absolutely should be the starting point guard. Come on, dude. Shake Milton is really not that good. I think he's good, but I also at the same time, it's like he's not ready. You know what I mean? And this is what I said before the playoffs. I said Glenn Robinson III should start because he's a veteran and has experience. I was surprised how well Mike Scott played. Need more of it. Yeah, the last couple games he's played well. Neto took some drugs before. Incoming drug test. Raul Neto. Incoming drug test. Test positive. Raul Neto traded to the New York Knicks. Trade him while you can. Let's see. Raul Neto probably heard y'all talk smack about him. I mean, good. That's what we need. We need our guys to hear us talk smack. That's what we do. We are Philadelphia, my guy. We play really hard. I agree. This is probably maybe one of the – honestly, maybe we might have played harder tonight than we did in the other games without our guys in there. And that's saying something. Neto was guarding D-Book to deny the ball and harass him while Tease was in foul trouble. Makes sense. Philly Talk Podcast, my guy Philly Mike, what's going on? Says, what I took away is Burks and Glenn got to step up with the guys who didn't play and will play in the playoffs. I'm liking what I'm seeing from them too. I'm not going to lie. Like, I think they can play valuable minutes. BLSG says, Raul Neto was just lucky this game. I agree. I don't think this is an every night type of thing. Let's see. Who else? I mentioned Ricky Rubio, Michael Bridges. They were just kind of, lighting us up. Mario Shayok didn't see the floor. I thought he might for a few minutes. But overall, I wasn't mad at thought Mike Scott played well. I thought Thibault played well. O'Quinn, Alec Burks, Raul Neto, Korkmaz. It was just one of his nights. He was off. Glenn Robinson didn't play bad. Like, no one really played bad, in my opinion, except Shake. And I was not mad that Shake shot the ball 12 times. My problem was that he shot 6 times in the first couple minutes. And like I said, I'm like, Shake Milton, this is what we need to see. You can't just step up when you have to. You know what I mean? Even when you got stars around you, let it fly, young gun. Let it fly. But then he didn't shoot to the fourth quarter. Like, I don't know, man. Ferk is a dollar store, JJ Redick. I agree. And they got to stop playing him like he's JJ Redick. In the words of my guy Eastwood, welcome back to the Fire Brett Brown podcast. I don't know why Ferk is handling the ball. I got so mad. It's every game. And I don't know how many times I need to say this. It's literally every game. And if you guys watch that podcast with JJ Redick and Joel Embiid, they literally talked about it. JJ Redick said, you guys are literally trying to do what you did when I was there with Furkan Korkmaz and some other guys and Josh Richardson. It doesn't work. Thank you, JJ Redick. I feel like I'm only I know I'm not the only one seeing this stuff sometimes. There was one play where Tease cut and Howell didn't pass to him. Then he took a step back 3. He missed. Then fouled D-Book. Brett played him more than GR3. Your prediction for the first round in the playoffs for the Sixers. Again, I got to see who is healthy, fellas. I got to see who is healthy. I think they should be. We should be able to win a first round series if we're healthy. But we'll see. We'll see. I don't know if they're going to play these next couple games. It's going to be rough to watch. But at least this one was competitive. You know what I mean? Like, it kept me at least engaged. Mitch Kofsky, what's going on? Raul Neto should not have played. He shot the most out of everyone. And it's crazy. It really is crazy. Raul Neto had 18 shot attempts, which is more than everyone else. Alec Burks had 17, which I liked, but it's crazy, man. It's literally crazy. I understand all the starters are out, okay? But what I don't understand is Neto playing 25 minutes, getting the most shots. I agree with you, Mitch. Like, why? Why? I understand filling time, filling minutes for guys that are out, but why is he taking the most shots? And he's not – he shouldn't be playing a minute in the playoffs. But who knows, Mehmet, what's going on? Says, don't forget to like. Hey, we got over 60 people now up in the chat. Let's get the likes up to 76 for the 76ers. You guys already know what it is, man. Shout out to everybody that's up in the chat. Let's see. Evan says Sixers should definitely find another coach. I'm hoping. It needs to come. Honestly, this team. Games like this just show me that this team has even more talent than I thought. You know what I mean? It's like, wow. Let's see. Barn 5 says the Raps are 3.5 back from the 1 seed. I hope they get it. So if we beat the Celtics, we would play the Bucks. Yeah. I don't think they're going to get that. I think Celtics will remain at the 3 seed, Toronto at the 2. I think Miami and the Pacers play again, so really it's up to them for the 4 and 5, but we'll probably be content with the 6 seed. I think we're going to end up playing the Celtics, so boy, oh boy, we got the Brad Stevens nightmares coming back. Bryant Lynn says, we did pretty good. I expected a big blowout. I agree. Steven Edwards says, my Mavs better beat the Suns. I don't know. I think the Mavs might. Are they going to rest their guys? I think they will. How did Mike Scott have a decent offensive game? I'll tell you how, because he's just the streakiest player I've ever seen. Like, he can come out and they're going to give him space when he is knocking down that 3 ball. Even when he took D Book in the post a couple times, why can't Mike Scott do that on a regular basis? I don't understand. I feel like they just got him in a lot of one-on-one situations in the post. And from outside the perimeter, teams were kind of giving him space. But when he is on, he's just knocking down. Like, that's just who Mike Scott is. But he could come out next game and go 0 for 5. Like, that is literally who Mike Scott is. Crazy. But it was good to see him doing good. Why was Furkan Korkmaz handling the ball? What's going on, Justin? I feel like I ask this question every single night. Every night. It's like they think he's Marco Bellinelli and JJ Redick, but he's not. He's really not. Michael Bridges is a different breed. He's an all-around player. Zaire's just bad. I'm still mad. Dude, I'm never going to get over it. I'm never going to get over it. I mean, I don't know if you guys saw the Phoenix Suns, parents were, doing the introductions. I saw Michael's mother on there with a Sun shirt. I mean, it would have been perfect. She works for the Sixers organization. Let her throw that Philly Unite shirt on. And I mean, it would have been perfect. It would have been perfect. Crazy. James B says today was playoffs Mike Scott. You think so? I mean, I hope so. We traded Michael for Zaire and a first rounder, though. We had that extra pick, which allowed us to get 5. Well, that's a good point. But at the same time, I feel like when we traded Michael away, that was before Tobias and Jimmy. So at the time, I still feel like we needed another forward, but I hear what you're saying, my guy. Reserve shot well. Yes, they did. Sarge and Kaminsky are good, but we're getting worked on defense. And that's really what those guys will give you. They stink at defense. But Dario, I mean, even Dario was hitting some shots, and I'm just like, wow. I mean, 7 for 9 from the field. Dario didn't – I don't feel like he had a lot of games like that when he was in Philly. He was hitting some nice shots, and he was hustling, really. He was hustling. Frank Kaminsky, I mean, he was one of my favorite college players to watch, but he's a bum in the NBA. These comments are coming fast. I'm going to try to hit them all, everybody. Appreciate everyone in here. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe. Every Sixers pregame and postgame. This guy says, you're not cool. This guy is not cool. Mods, get him up on out of here. This dude's weird. This dude had a Magic picture and was talking smack, and now he's got a Nets picture and said he was a Lakers fan. And your name's Chris Anderson. Come on, bro. Come on. Evan O'Neal says Simmons for Booker. Would not get it done, and I honestly would not do it. I would find any way possible to get D Book alongside Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid. I really would. At the end of the game, wanted to see Burks instead of Furk. Yeah, I agree. Let's see. Looking forward to tomorrow's bench game. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be another one. The Raptors. You guys want to see some defense. You're going to see it tomorrow night. It doesn't matter who's playing for the Raptors. They are going to choke us out. Joshua Gray says, you got to get that Neto jersey for the curse. Hey, I got to get that Raul Neto jersey. Every guy I wear, they get injured. So, got to get that Neto jersey. Even though he had 22 points, he was chucking layups and turnovers in crunch time. I mean, it's just who Raul Neto is. You know what I mean? Oh, man. Raul Neto is a ball hog. The only reason Neto did well against the Suns can't do that against the Bucks. No doubt about it. No, he cannot play meaningful minutes. No way. James B says, I'm watching Boston's broadcast. They're saying Boston should be smiling knowing we want to play them. Go ahead, let them smile. Let Jason Tatum smile. Let him smile. Let Daniel Tice smile when Joel Embiid posterizes him. Speaking of posterized, oh my gosh, I almost forgot one of the biggest plays of the game. No one reminded me. Can we talk for 1 second about how Devin Booker threw it down with his left hand over Furk and Norvell? I saw that. I was like, look, I bet on Devin Booker for the over, right? I'm like, come on, he's got to get above 28 points. This man threw it down. I was like, holy. I was like, yo, I didn't even know he could do that with his left hand. I mean, D Book, that was crazy, bro. That was crazy, bro. Norvell Pell became Jonah Bolden for a game. I love it. I see the emojis coming up here in the chat. That's what I like. Shout out to the channel members. 3 best picks since the Brett Brown era. I guarantee when Brett's gone, we will see a big 3 from them. Absolutely agree. Let's go, Birds. Absolutely agree. Matisse, I'm telling you guys, he should be untouchable. I think our pick and roll D really depends on how hard Joel tries. Exactly. And it, like, people, we always talk about going under the screens, right? All the center has to do is take a couple steps up and just give a little fear into that ball handler. But we never see that from Joe and Al unless they are fully engaged. Like, we just don't see it. Let's see. Simmons at this moment in time in his career at the best, he's going to get defensive player of the year only. I don't agree. Neto needs more minutes. I knew it was coming up in here. Fighting for daylight, what's going on? Says, I've seen a lot of articles saying it's time for Ben to move on. Sixers can't afford to lose Ben, but he can't reach his full potential under Brett Brown, so he may want to leave to grow. I'm telling you, I'm not getting rid of either one of these guys until I see them with a different coach, like a legit coach. Just my opinion, though. Shout out to the members. I see those emojis looking fire, baby. Emojis looking fire. Where was Mariel Shayok? Who knows? Who knows? Shake needs to be in that first rotation off the bench. Yeah. Neto played well, but he shouldn't start, and Brett will screw it up, probably. Shake was disappointing, to say the least. Just disappointing. Like, I don't know. I don't see that confidence that I saw against the Clippers earlier on this season. I don't see it, bro. I don't. K-Pin says, honestly disappointed in Shake's lack of will, change of form, and contribution. Before the season ended, this is literally what I was just talking about, there was a 6 to 7 game stretch where he was averaging close to 18 and was hitting everything. And he was just letting it fly, bro. He was just letting it fly, man. Who's your favorite and least favorite guy on the Sixers? Man, favorite? I don't know. I've always been a Ben Simmons guy. Least favorite? I don't know. Raul Neto. Brianna Torres, what's going on? Appreciate you being up in here. Beto Lima says, Raul Neto, bro, not going to say anything about him. This guy has been supporting Raul Neto on my channel for, I can't even remember how long now. It's crazy to me. And I gave Raul Neto his props, man, at the beginning. I gave him his credit. Raul Neto played a great game. Should he start going forward? No. Should he play minutes going forward? No. But he played good tonight, man. I still don't know why he took the most shots on the team, but I guess that's a different story. I was surprised we didn't do so bad the first quarter and some of the second. I agree. We only lost by 13. Imagine if our starters played, right? It would have been crazy. Brianna, what's going on? Kyrie Westbrook 0-11. You guys are horrible. I'm figuring out this gotta be the dude with that guy that just had the Brooklyn Nets picture. It's probably him. They both got the 11 in their name. If we match up with Celtics, who out of Shakes and Burks is going to guard? Father, some point may need to go J. Rich Thibault to start for that matchup. Yeah, they do have some heavy guards over there that can put it on the floor, create their own shot. So definitely something to think about. Goat James, another troll himself, says not making it past the first round. What's going on, Troll James? Let's see. What's going on, Brianna Torres? Ethan Wenger. I'm tired of facing the Celtics in the playoffs. I really don't want to face them and Brad Stevens again. I don't, but we'll see what happens, man. Ryan Rowe, what's going on? Appreciate you being up in the chat, my guy. Joshua Gray says, I like us against the Celtics if we are healthy. Kyrie, stop being weird. Let him know, Josh. Let him know. Oh, Josh, I didn't even have you with a what's it called? Let me see. Let me give you a mod. My fault, Josh. I meant to give you a mod before. Any channel member definitely gets a mod. Let's see. Name the last good team the Sixers beat this year. I mean, we beat every best team in the league for the most part. The Celtics, I'm not going to say the Celtics because they stink, Jimmy J. Yeah, they stink. You hear what I'm saying? Bring them on, Jimmy J. Just like James says right here. Bring them on, Jimmy J. Brianna says, hi, I have Sixers. Celtics not losing to the Sixers in the first round. Are you confident, Jimmy J? Again, who is guarding Joel Embiid? And stop trying to tell me Daniel Tice. I mean, come on. Be objective, bro. Oh, man. Got to skip some of these comments. They're coming crazy right now. Jersey Boy says, I'd like to see the starters one more time by the playoffs. Depends on how Joe feels. He needs a game to knock the rust off. I agree. That's why the last game I would bring them in for like the first quarter or the first half. Furkan is a bigger, slower, worse JJ and much less experience. Honestly, I'm tired of seeing Furk on the floor. Mavs came back to beat the Jazz without Luka. Dang, that's awesome. Murph the Kenzo, what's going on, bro? Appreciate you being up in the chat, my guy. What's going on? Jersey Boy. We need to see the starters one more time before the playoffs. Joe has to play a game to knock the rust. Yes, he does. I agree. Let's see. Why are these messages coming in twice? OG Ananobi says, sign OJ Mayo. Imagine that. Imagine that. Raidu says, come on, Sixers. What's going on, bro? What is going on? Pell was getting schooled. I thought he had defense. Maybe it was lack of playing time. Yeah, Pell's a great defender. He just he's just not good. Yeah, I mean, he just doesn't know offense. But on defense, the guy knows what he's doing. Like, he's just got that instinct. Let's see. Barn5 says, Chris, you're weird. Gary says, Sarge played well with the Sixers. The minutes he played, half these players are never given a chance. He played well with the Sixers, but at the same time, he was like one of our top options. I will give you that, though. Like, this his first year when he finally came over, like, Dario was playing good minutes. But I think he's just a decent player in the NBA. That's what I think Dario is. Murph says, I'll roast all 55 of your pages. Hey, let him know. Let him know. Or the Raptors starters playing tomorrow. I don't see why they would. What's good, Brianna? What's good? If we fall next draft, we fall next season. We need to draft a shooter and not trade him. There you go. I agree. Daniel Tice will get worked by Embiid. The Celtics will have to put 3 men on Joel Embiid to even have a chance of stopping him, to be honest. Let's see. D-Book did that same dunk in the All-Star game. It was crazy, bro. Run It Back podcast. DJ Eastwood, the Fire Brett Brown podcast, says Neto MVP, 22 points. I can't even wait to see your video, my guy. Raul Neto. I mean, if you weren't already a fan, like, imagine now, you know? Let's see. Matisse, the nicest guy in the NBA, and he gets a technical. Isn't it crazy? Isn't that crazy? Plotnik Project, what's going on? Says trade Ben for Devin Booker. Love the Fire Brett Brown podcast. Let's see. Monty Williams is a better coach than Brett Brown. I mean, I agree with that. I really wanted us to at least give him a chance. Like, he was here and then he left, but you see how he has those boys playing. You see how he has those boys playing together. So I like how the Sixers depth played better without the starters, efficiency-wise, defensively-wise, and how they play. You wonder if it's the bench is construct. You wonder if it's how the bench is constructed shooting-wise. Could be. Brett Brown is a reason for the players not having full potential. I agree. In 2 years, if we get a good coach, Matisse will be like Kawhi or PG-13. I agree. I mean, like Matisse Thybulle, like his potential is out of the roof, man. Like it's crazy. I swear, every player that comes to the Sixers, they get worse. Everyone. Fire Brett, hire Monty, please. Yeah, I wish we could. Wish we could. Um, who's your all-time least favorite Sixer? Man, I don't know, man. Like, it's got to come down to like 3 for me. It's between Jared Bayless, Markel Fultz, and Jahlil Okafor, honestly, just because they never did anything. Neto stinks, and anyone who seriously thinks otherwise is clueless. Apparently, Neto's MVP now, according to the chat. Sean Philly on Twitter, what's going on? Let's see. Sean McQuestion says, easy bet on book. What site do you use? DraftKings Sportsbook. What up, RB? Sorry I'm late. All good, Ryan Rowe. What's going on? Welcome to the chat, my guy. Welcome to the chat. Hope the Sixers get ended early because that means Brett Brown leaves earlier. He's got to be up out of here after this, you know? Let's see. You think of burner account on here? Yeah, there's a bunch of trolls that come up in these chats. One of them's that one guy that had the Brooklyn Nets picture. He's just very weird. Oh, I see him right here. He's up in here with his. He came in with like 20 accounts the other day, but my mods got him. They're like my cops. New coach and we'll look like a new team. Absolutely. You think KD is on here with his burner account? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Raps and Rockets are next. We beat the Lakers. So, in the future, the G in my last name is said the same tone as a word. So, Wenger. Okay, I got you, my guy. My fault. I mean, I didn't know. Appreciate you telling me, though. We beat the Lakers on the road. Yeah, it's just a bunch of these trolls that, like Jimmy J, the Celtics guy, he doesn't know what he's talking about. And this guy either, Troll James. This guy's probably been a fan of like every team up in the league. Sixers, Lakers, and Bucks was a crushing win in both games. The Sixers have contended with some of the best, to be honest. Like, it's just what we've done. Gary says, 40-year diehard fan. Hate to say it, Embiid will never be healthy for a season. I feel you, man. Like, it's very – I'll say it's very frustrating when your stars can't stay healthy for a whole season. It's very frustrating, bro. Raul Neto with the fire emoji. Sixers got to take the Flyers approach. They get a new coach and are number 1 in the East. It's crazy. Like, just look what the Flyers are doing with literally like almost the same roster. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. Embiid easily puts a 40-piece on that pathetic Boston Celtics. I mean, it's easy. Brad Stevens is going to throw everything at him and rely on guys like Shake and Furkan to beat us. And Alec Burks, I'm telling you, is going to happen. Ricky says, big Taco Fall versus Joel. Celtics fans wish in a couple years. Come on. Taco Fall, he's not doing anything against Embiid. Not this year. But I hear you. Sixers have shooters. Yes, we do. We do. I don't know if the Sixers can beat Boston in the first round. It depends if we're healthy, Depends on our strategy as well, but it would definitely be a good series. Hey, RB, what's up? Jock Talk, my guy, what's going on? Welcome to the chat, bro. Welcome to the chat. Josh Graves, Pell is a great shot blocker, but has no game besides that. Yeah, that's really all. It really is what he is. Eagle. Hey, shout out to BLSG. I see those emojis up in there. They're looking good, my guy. And the more members we get, I got a whole bunch of custom emojis made. So it's going to be pretty dope. Yeah, what is going on? I am Sparky. Like, what? Yeah, this is the dude that has like 20 accounts. My mods will get him up on out of here though. Let's see. Norvell is big, strong, and athletic. He just needs the ball IQ, and yeah, he just needs to understand the game more. You know. RB, we got another troll back. Yeah, let me see. Oh yes, I can hide user on the channel. Hey, troll with like 50 accounts. Keep commenting with all your accounts, all right? Because you're up on out of here, baby. Bye. I just blocked you like Norvell Pell. Get up on out of here, baby. Me and my mods got this chat on lock. We welcome all different opinions, debates, teams, whatever. But when you start acting like an idiot, see you later. You're up on out of here. Celtics are going to lose to the Sixers. There we go. And Brianna Torres, what? All right, Brianna, you got to go as well. Like, you're out of here. Brianna hasn't said anything disrespectful, though, so she's getting put in timeout. If she comes back spamming again, she's out of here. You know what I mean? I'm blocking. I got 4 blocks today, and I didn't even play. Brett Brown wears a Raul Neto jersey. That's a good one. That's a good one. I got to get a Raul Neto jersey now. Hey, I might get a – what if I get like a little like Brett Brown bobblehead, put it up on like right here or something, and hey, the day he gets fired, we come on here and we just chop that thing off, baby. We chop his neck off. Hey, DJ Eastwood, if you're up in here, my guy, if you are up in here, Eastwood, have you made the shirts yet that say Fire Brett Brown? If so, I would definitely like to invest. Let's see. Shout out to everyone up in the chat staying strong. Let's see. Least favorite. Hold up. Before I get to this, right? Joseph says stop spamming at Brianna. Like, it's literally the same person. Like, imagine being that weird. He's got like 8 different devices. Like, that's what he's doing right now. Comment on like 8 different accounts. Least favorite Sixer of all time, Brandon Daves. I forgot he even played for the Sixers. Is Zaire Smith going to play next year? My guess is that he never plays for the Sixers. It's crazy. Let's see. Another one. Thank you, Chris. Thank you for bringing that one up. Andrew Bynum. I forgot he was a Sixer because he never stepped on the floor because of a bowling incident, but he's definitely at the top too. Definitely. Neto had a good game, but he is bad. I agree. He's not that guy. Should Sixers trade for Booker? If you can do anything possible, any way that you can get Devin Booker without giving up Ben or Joe, you pull the trigger. And if you got to throw Matisse in there, you consider it. But I still think Matisse should be untouchable. But yeah, that's just my opinion. Drew 210, what's going on, bro? How are you doing tonight? A Philly says trade Ben for Dame. A lot of Dame up in the chat lately. Man, Dame would be crazy. Do you think the Blazers would do that, though? You think they would? The Suns are good in the bubble. I'm not going to lie. It's all about who's hot at a certain time. It's all about that confidence, and they got it, man. They really got it. Today was basically out bench lineup. What do you mean? Like, we just played our bench lineup? Celtics win again. No moral victories. You played the Grizzlies, my guy. Come on now. And let me guess, you got your starters playing, right? Look, you better you see that picture you got right there? You better put Daniel Tice up in there, and you better put Joel Embiid right there cooking him up on the grill, because that's what he's about to do in this first round. You're going to see. You will see. Mo Lester, what's going on? How are you doing, my guy? A Philly should have got Kemba when we had the money instead of wasting it on Horford and Harris. It's crazy, bro. Like, man, imagine the cap space we could have had if we did not sign like Al Horford. Like, imagine, bro. Crazy. I mean, I would have took JJ Redick back for $15 million this year. I really would have. Like, man, I missed the dribble handoff. Even JJ talked about it on a podcast. Like, there is no other guy that JJ Redick will ever have that can run the dribble handoff like he did with Joel Embiid. Crazy. Crazy, bro. Hold on, we got a super chat up in here. Shout out to my guy Sneak Hill. That's my guy, man. Appreciate the super chat, the love, the support. Always showing support to the channel, my guy. Appreciate you a lot, my guy. Shout out to you. Thank you for the super chat. Let's see. James B says Celtics are not winning too much Embiid. Yeah, I feel you, man. They're not going to be able to handle him. Jimmy J says, we trade Dikembe for Simmons. No way in hell. Do you know what Brad Stevens would be able to do with Ben Simmons? Like, whew, it would not be good. I bet Brad Stevens could even take Al Horford back and lock us up. Like, just telling you, man. Alex says, I think we should trade for Booker. If there's any way, man, I would love D-Book or Zach LaVine on this team. I really would. Let's see. Joshua Graves with the hot take. Finals MVP, Raul Neto. I can see it. If that happens, man, you can have my YouTube channel. You could just have it. Like, you could just have it, bro. Let's see. Celtics beat another good team, a playoff team. That is something that a Boston Celtics fan says up in a Sixer chat. That is something a Boston Celtics fan says when his team beats the 8-seed Memphis Grizzlies, who lost Jaren Jackson, who are 5 games below 500. That is what a Celtics fan says. That is what a Celtics fan says. Too bad we can't get rookie Charles Barkley. Imagine that, man. Imagine that. James B, this channel is fuego. Appreciate you, James B, my guy. Best matchup to watch, Norvell Pell versus Mitchell Robinson at the rim. Vicious slams, bodies flying everywhere, insane blocks. That would be a good matchup for Norvell. RB with the roast. Hey, you already know what it is, man. You already know what it is. You come in, you act like a fool, you get up on out of here. Emmanuel Green, what's going on, bro? How are you doing, my guy? Appreciate you being up in here, bro. Good job on blocking these people, and I see the custom emojis. Channel members, shout out to the channel members so far. You guys got a lot of fire content coming your way. That's all I got to say, man. If you guys have not checked it out yet, check out the channel memberships. Link is in the description. Drew210 says, the stuff people do for attention. Isn't it crazy, bro? It's crazy, right? When we get these playoff streams up in here, I'm expecting them to go crazy. Me and the mods will get these people up on out of here. They're just weird, you know? Tatum, 29 points, 10 for 13. Hold up. We got this dude Cody up in here. Weirdo. Good stuff, Joshua Graves. Good. I mean, I don't even have to do it anymore. My guys, we got a whole army lined up at this front. I mean, how many accounts does this kid have? Imagine. Look at him. He says, hey, guys. Like, come on. Dude is literally like 7 3/4 years old. I mean, he's probably got an 8:30 bedtime. He's probably going to sleep in like 7 minutes. Dude's weird, bro. Dude's weird. How do you raise your kid to be like this? That's what I don't get. Joshua Graves. I could use a fire Brett Brown shirt. I will literally rep that. I mean, I'll wear it for the next week, honestly. Let's see. I hit all his Philly sports one that he spans with. Yeah, it's the same dude that comes in with every Philly sports channel, comes with every weird picture. Like, look at this dude. Thank you, Kara. Always a real supporter right here. Always getting the weirdos up out of here. Fire Brett Brown says, I need a fire Brett Brown shirt. I feel you, man. I feel you. The whole team needs one. The whole team needs one. Where to buy the fire Brett Brown shirts? I'm hoping Eastwood comes out here and makes a design, man. Celtics have 4 studs. 4 studs. What is your definition of a stud? I would love to know that. Am I the only one that thinks during this break the refs were told to call fouls? I mean, it's always the same thing against Philly in every sport. Like the referees. It's crazy, bro. Shane's Camping Vlogs. What's going on, man? How you doing? Orioles versus Phillies update. Appreciate it, my guy. 2-0 Phil's bottom of the 4th. Hey, nothing's safe with the damn bullpen. Tell you that. I want TJ McConnell back. Tell me about it, bro. Look, if you guys go back on my Twitter, like I used to literally stan TJ McConnell and I would get so much hate for it. I would get so much hate for it every single night. Like the dude just came in and hustled. He would get you a bucket here, bucket there, little mid-range shot when he improved. And that was just TJ McConnell. Like, how could you not like TJ McConnell? I don't understand, bro. I want Drew Holiday. We should have never traded him. That's my guy, man. Lou Will as well. Every Celtic starter and Marcus Smart played over 28 minutes, and Jimmy J's back. That's what I'm saying. He beat the 33-win Grizzlies, who are literally, I have nobody left. Like they're ready to fall out of the 8 seed to the Blazers or the Suns. Like, but that's what delusional Celtics fans say. Brad Stevens would make Ben MVP. I mean, there's no doubt about it in my mind. No doubt about it. Horford wasn't as bad of a signing because we took him from the Celtics. If they still had him, Celtics would beat us every time. He can guard Giannis. Yes, he can actually move. Like you saw last game, he was moving his feet. That can be Al Horford. It's just, I don't know. Like, I feel like it's with the philosophy. Even like I'm telling you, go listen to that JJ Redick podcast. Like you'll hear what Joe had to say about it. I really think we can get Zach LaVine because they are keeping Jim Boylan and Zach wants out. I agree, bro. And Zach's not playing another year for Jim Boylan. The dude literally hates him. You remember that one clip earlier this year where it was like, I think he had like 40 points or something. And he was like trying to like, I forget. I think he was like trying to take him out or something. And Zach would just nailed a game winner. Just like, he was like, don't mess with me. Shout out to Ethan Wenger. Wenger, I got you, my guy. Gets Bowser Jr. up on out of the chat. Account number 574. Dude's big weird. Dude is big weird. I got a feeling that dude is the same one. Whoever was up in here the other night, Westbrook 0 for 11. I have a feeling it's him. Brad Stevens would work magic. Absolutely. Least favorite Sixer, Brett Brown. I agree. Get Brett Brown out of here. Raul Neto gets a career high in points and assists versus the Raptors, and we lose. You think so? How many points, Ethan? How many points? LaVine would look so good in a Sixers uni. Someone make it happen, and he would play so hard every single night, bro. Every night. Imagine if we had Greg Popovich. That would be my dream coach for this team. It really would. Let Becky Hammond stay with the Spurs. Greg leaves, comes to Philly. Bada boom, bada bing. Horford would be better if the coach wasn't so bad. I agree. He's a system player. You can really see it, honestly. Quick exit for you, Cody. Unlucky. He's just like how the Boston Celtics are about to be in these playoffs. Quick exit. Yeah, let them know, RW. Let them know. Drew 210. Jersey boy says we match up good with the Celtics. My only concern is Tatum. Not worried about anyone else. Think it will be 7 games. We're sending them home. Hey, and if Ben Simmons was the guy, if Ben Simmons was up in here guarding Tatum, I'd feel even more confident. But I still think we could beat him. I do. It's simple. They don't raise their kid at all because they don't give a rat's behind. It's crazy. And I mean, like growing up in the technology age. Like, you got people like this. It's weird. I'm worried about Kemba and Tatum cooking us in the PNR. This drop coverage will be the end of us. Yeah, we can't go under on screens and give them wide open shots, you know? Sixers haven't won a chip since the 80s. I understand. But we're talking about now. We're talking about this year. All right? And you guys lost to the Cavs, who got single-handedly carried years ago. Do we want to bring that up, Jimmy J? Huh? Do we want to bring that up? Who'd you lose to? Jordan Clarkson, Chetty Osman, Matthew Dellavedova, maybe? No, that was years back. I mean, any player at all, but alongside LeBron James. You guys lost to that team. Remember that, Jimmy J? Jimmy's still in here. Yeah, he just lurks up in these chats because he's scared of the competition. He's scared of the competition, bro. I miss TJ. Would you give up Ben for Devin Booker, Michael, and 3 future first-round picks? Now, that is something you think about right there. If you decide that that is the direction you want to go with your franchise and they're offering that, you could at least think about it. If you're giving up 3 first-rounders, but we'll see. TJ McConnell was our bench player last year next to Landry Shamet. He was my guy. Jimmy J, shut up. Just finished watching Celtics highlights. You're telling me like I care. Like, what does that have to do with me? These are things that Boston fans say because they're so spoiled every single year. They're very spoiled. Oh, we got another one up in here. Just made another account. Keep it going, my guy. Keep it going. I mean, you're blocked. You're blocked. Rejected. Coach Brown got to go ASAP. I 100% agree. I don't like him. He's not the dude to elevate the talent, man. Grizzlies fighting for a spot. This man just came back with his 57th account. That's what I'm saying. Celtics 2 finals and like 5 Eastern Conference finals. Philly 1 final. Hey, you remember that Super Bowl? I believe the score was 41-33. Remember that, Jimmy J? Or we're gonna neglect that now, right? Oh, okay. Let's not forget we also beat you 3 out of 4 times this year, but just saying. Jimmy, we'll see your little boys later, right? Celtics blew out Raptors. The Raptors had a bad game. Come on, Jimmy J. It's like you could be a good Celtics fan, but you're just way too biased, bro. You're way too biased. Neto would get 31 points versus Toronto. Your account is so bad that he's got at least 15 accounts I've seen watching. Yeah, the dude is weird. The dude is very weird. Like, he lives an interesting life, to say the least. Like, who does this, bro? Who does this? I tried to get that username, but the spammer took it. Don't lie to your audience. What lying about what to my audience? I'm might be the realest Philly fan up in here, to be honest. You gotta stop lying to us because you're way too biased. You don't want to talk about any flaws. Like, you want me to bring up history? We can bring it up. You want to talk about last year? How your team literally imploded in the playoffs? Do we want to talk about it, Jimmy J? Sounds like a name of a breakfast sandwich. Jimmy J. Do you want to talk about it? I mean, we can literally talk about it. There's no doubt about it. Remember when Kyrie wouldn't pass the ball and Tatum regressed and Jaylen Brown regressed? Do we want to talk about it, Jimmy J? Come on. If we could get Zach without giving up Tease, Joe, and Ben, maybe Josh. Just like Josh, but if we have to trade him, I will. 4-1 in 2018, what has changed? See, this is the thing. Like, how can you even make these kind of statements and act like I should respond to this like validly? Like, please tell me. Crazy. Zach LaVine, we need it. We need him. It would be fire. Zach would be the guy. He would literally be the guy. Everyone says BB sucks as a coach, but serious question: if Ben had a jump shot, would the Sixers not have? Would the Sixers not have? It's a struggle trying to read. Would the Sixers not have the Sixers not go to the finals the last 2 years? So would the Sixers not have gone to the finals the last 2 years? Yeah, they might have. That's my point. But Brett Brown's too soft to get it out of him. He's too soft. He asked him if he should bench him. He asked him, should I bench you if you don't shoot? Cody don't get enough attention at home. He really doesn't, man. Like, this dude probably talks to himself too. Jimmy J talking heavy. Of course he is. Of course he is. It's a serious case of RB infatuation. Let him know. BOSJ, after the season, Brett Brown must be fired. He must be fired. He must be fired. OMG, this kid's annoying. Sooner or later, it's not even going to let him make an account. It's going to say he's a bot, which he is. Let's see. spoiled is a compliment. Yeah, it is a compliment. I'm not going to deny the fact that Boston's teams go to the playoffs a lot. But the fact is, you guys are too biased because of it. You think you're on top of the world all the time when you're not. You're not, Jimmy J. Jimmy should be watching postgame. That's what I'm saying. Like he's in here watching a Sixers postgame when we had no starters play. Like, come on. Brady had a passing record. You know what else he had? He had an L. He had an L. Not just the Nick Foles, but the Eli Manning twice. You want to bring up history, Jimmy J. We can bring it up, baby. Come on. Oh, the Sixers lost the last game we played. See what I mean? Like, you are Honestly, are you a Cowboys fan? You might be a Cowboys fan, bro. Sixers lost the last game we played. Acting like we didn't beat you 3 times before that. Come on. Like, these are the type of statements that make you look bad. Like, you just look bad, bro. You're worse than this troll because even the troll is just trolling. You are actually trying to make sense, but you can't. Like, it's bad, bro. It's bad. Terrible, bro. Fire Brett Brown jerseys must be out before the season is over. I see BLSG hit Jimmy J. Hey, BLSG, I'm going to bring him back for 1 second just because I want to see his response to what I had to say about that. I'm going to bring him back. I want to see what he had to say about us beating them 3 times. Let me bring him back in. Because it's people like that that make the Celtics fans look bad. It's people like that. What about last season? Celtics took game 1 and then got dusted. Exactly. He only remembers the good things. He only remembers the good things. Let's see if he comes back in. Of course, I'm biased. Kyrie almost screwed our plans. So you just admitted it. You're biased. It's sad. Sports is out of here like that home run Jay Bruce just hit. Philly's so hot that we got Boston fans chasing Philly's cloud. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, Boston fans must have the grumpiest attitudes, bro. Jimmy J, man. Honestly, I might have to hide you again from the channel. Like, he said that's old stuff. Last game, only thing you can go on. The last game is the only thing you can go on. It's sad, bro. Like, people like you just make sports fans in general just like, it's just bad, bro. It's just very bad. You can only go off the last game. It's sad. It's really sad. I'm not even going to read his comments anymore. The only thing I give Boston over Philly, and I'm Philly born and bred, Boston don't care who you are. If you don't fit the team you're gone, Philly fans care more about player than winning. I mean, they've had better coaching as well. So sounds like a breakfast sandwich. It really does. A Jimmy J. Like, come on now. 3-1 season series Sixers. You don't want to. It's only the last game that counts. Loves my attention. All love, just repping the bean. I really don't. I mean, you're basically a troll at this point. But anyway, besides that, we talked about this game. We're on here hour 20. We'll probably be on here for like 10 more minutes. Not much to talk about with this game. The starters in play. We did what we could with what we had. You know what I mean? So we'll see what happens tomorrow. We'll see what happens Friday if we even play the starters or not. We'll try to get through these last 2. But, hey, these playoff live streams are going to be different, man. They're going to be different, bro. We got to get the hype up in here. Kobe White, underrated rookie. Or Kobe White, yeah. Let's see. 3-1 season series Sixers. More exciting here, not lying. I understand why. Because this channel is actually filled with good basketball fans. Some. Then it comes to people like you. Talking about 5, shaking my head. Super Bowl 51, Brady deflated the ball, right? Brady's a cheater. Lost to Peyton Manning 4 times in a chip. But it's only the last game that counts. It's only the last game. Is he banned or timeout? I unbanned him just so I could let him know that he doesn't know what he's talking about. But let's see. Boston is a cheating city. Jimmy's entertaining because he's a delusional Celtics fan. The last game, the only thing you can go on. That's crazy. Brown needs to go before we make any roster changes next year. We have a lot of talent. I agree. Only reason he's talking trash is because he's scared. He's terrified. He's literally shaking in his boots coming in here because he knows the Sixers are about to give him a whole boatload to handle. They really are, you know? I'm back. I was playing a 2v2 ball game with my friend. Hey, you missed some trolls. You missed some delusion. We got it all up in this chat, man. If we switch Brett for Brad Stevens, we'd be finals every season. What's your excuse? That's what I'm saying, man. We've never had the commodity of a Brad Stevens. We've never. Who do you think is getting the 8th seed in the West? Man, honestly, I think it might be Portland, to be honest. And I think Phoenix might finish in the 9th seed. I think Memphis might drop all the way, to be honest. What's worse, Jimmy J's bias or Nick Pavetta's pitching? Man, that's a good one. That's actually a good question. Shout out to the members showing the emojis up in the chat. Hey, if you guys haven't checked it out, channel memberships have arrived. Link is in the description. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. Probably be up on here a couple more minutes. Forget about Jimmy. Keep doing your analysis. You're doing a good work. Shout out to you, Alex. Appreciate you, my guy. Just had to call it out because the dude's weird. But hey, anyway, 40 people still up in here. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. Just to sum up this game again, the Sixers did what they could, what they had. Somehow, Raul Neto steps up, has the most shots on the team, and has a decent game. Alec Burks played well. Mike Scott played well for what he was in the first half. Kyle O'Quinn comes out of nowhere, plays 30 minutes, and does his thing. And really, I mean, overall, this team played good and were in it. They contended throughout this game. But overall, just the starters, just the manpower of the Suns went and outmatched the Sixers. We fall by a score of 130 to 117. We fall to 42-29 on the season. And now it pretty much looks like we will end up with the 6th seed and playing the Celtics in the first round. Hopefully our starters rest. We'll see if they come back in the next couple games, maybe just for a quarter or so to get themselves ready. If not, then we're ready for the playoffs. Give them some rest. I'm excited to see what this team can do. Hopefully we can survive without Ben Simmons in the playoffs. But overall, that's pretty much what this game was. D-Book had 35. Mikal Bridges shot well, 24 points. Dario had 18 off the bench. Frank Kaminsky. Still some things we got to improve, but I'm not mad at this game because we did what we could with what we had. So, y'all members, lucky. Shout out to the channel members. Again, shout out to the members. All Boston fans are delusional. They're just very spoiled, and they just... I don't know. They're just used to the playoffs. So they think they're the best ever to be ever created. Like, hey, yo, I see Ethan hit Jimmy J. Hey, we're going to unhide him. I just like his delusion up in here. I just like him making a fool of himself. So we're going to keep him up in here. If he gets disrespectful, we'll get him up on out of here. But dude always comes in, talking smack, makes himself look bad. So we might as well. I fell asleep during the game. Yeah, I'm glad at least it was at least intriguing for the first 2-3 quarters. So Sixers fans don't mess around. No, they don't, man. Philly fans are different, man. Different breed. Trade Al Horford for Dario Saric. Stop it. Stop it. Come on. Please get a Harden jersey so my life can be better. I got you, man. Let me get the jersey curse going with James Harden. Send me jerseys this way, my guy. How dare you suggest a trade? How dare you suggest such a trade, says Ethan. No one's trading for Horford's contract. I don't think so. Boston's lucky they got Brad Stevens who can put any lineup together. And Bill Belichick, who turned a 6-round bust into a 6 Super Bowl winner and Hall of Famer. I agree, bro. It's crazy. They've been very spoiled. With Jared Stidham. I don't know why, but Kyle Quinn makes me think of a YMCA game. He makes me think of a classic LA Fitness matchup. He's just that dude that'll be in there for like 8 hours in the gym, just playing ball with the old heads. Let's see. Al Horford is a better player than Dario. When do I S? Did you see the Miami versus Indiana match? Yeah, I saw it. Two good teams. I think they're going to be pretty decent in the playoffs. Disrespect, always respectful. He's always been respectful, so I'll keep him up in here. He's just delusional. Let's see. BLSG says, guys, subscribe to my channel. Get the idiots out of here. If you have not yet, check out his channel. Give him a chance. If you like the content, subscribe. Steven Edwards, one thing Cowboys and Eagles fans can agree on, we hate the Patriots. We absolutely hate them. Screw them. Let's see. Kyle O'Quinn is a failed sign-up for the Harlem Globetrotters. There you go. Orthodontist finally opened up. I redid my braces. That's good. Joseph Ventura, what's going on? Love the picture, my guy. Love it. Ryan Rose says, I went to sleep during the third quarter. It was hard to watch, man. I was watching Raul Neto, though, go to work and get buckets. He was getting buckets. Let me check something real quick. But yeah, we got 35 people up in here. We're about to end this thing, man. Not much else to say about this game. Hopefully, we'll see what happens tomorrow. I doubt the starters are going to play. Probably going to be another bench game, but the Raptors are a pretty good team. So I don't know if they're going to play their starters or I don't know. It's going to be interesting. 3 things Cowboys and Eagles fans have in common. Hate the Patriots, don't like bad coaches, and hate Chip Kelly. Blazers might beat the Lakers. Interesting. My dream addition to the Sixers was CP3, leadership, clutch ability, playmaking, and defense. Old and bad contract, but we have our fair share of bad contracts too. Yeah. I'm kind of worried, though. I don't know how we would be able to work that out. Anything is possible. Philly RB, you've been watching the Flyers lately. They've been doing good. They're doing great. And tomorrow we got a boring Sixers game if that bench plays, but then we got a Flyers playoff game, which I'm actually hyped to see. So, man, we'll see what happens. JoJo's a great player. He is. It's crazy to think that the Suns are undefeated. Wonder how long that can go on for. It'll be crazy, man. It'll be crazy. Phils versus O's update 3-3 middle of the 6th. Yeah, I'm probably going to go watch that now. Brett Brown shirt curse. Let's do it. Eagles fans and Cowboys also hate the Giants. Phillies better win. I can agree with you guys. Hate Jason Garrett. But hey, appreciate everyone that came out to the live stream, man. Still got 30 people strong up in here. Hit the like button on your way out. Hit the subscribe. Appreciate everyone that tuned into the pre and post games. We do Sixers pre and post games every single game, man. Shout out to everybody. Sixers falling this one, but without their starters, they did what they could. We're back again tomorrow against the Toronto Raptors. We will see what happens. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Shout out to all the mods for always holding it down, keeping it real, man. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe. Hope you guys have a great rest of your night. And with that being said, I go by RB, Philly Take with RB, and we will be back on it again. Hope to see you guys in here tomorrow night. But shout out to everyone, and I will catch you on the next one. Peace.